violence against women, we went around and asked students what consent means to them, to define consent. And here are some of their opinions.
I think consent is knowing what you want and communicating with your partner, and also there should be an understanding between your partner and yourself when you want to do things, maybe sexually or even otherwise.
Yeah, consent means when two adults wholeheartedly agree to do something, and it shouldn't have conditions attached to them, and that becomes coercion. So there's a thin line between coercion and consent.
So consent is basically, according to me, an agreement between you and your partner to commit and do whatever activity you are doing with your partner. So consent is something that should be asked upon and should be verbally spoken or should be given out to the person, so that there's no confusion.
So consent, according to me, means both the people should say yes in the same manner and in the same meaning. They should understand that.
Consent actually means, to be precise, the choice of a person regarding any task. Like if the choice is given, then the person has the choice to make a decision.
Consent is basically when both the parties agree to do it, and also it must be expressed like in words.
I think consent is whether you're willing to do it or not, and like willing without any other external reasons affecting your decision.
I think to me, consent is between two parties who decide to consent in the beginning, and later they don't show any signs of maybe misapprehension or unwillingness to commit to whatever they are about to do, like any sexual act as such, and provided that they are not intoxicated or under the influence of any drugs, I think that is consent to me.
So it may be anything regarding any opinion or any point of view. If both the parties together agree on the same thing, then that's called mutual consent. If it's only one-sided, then it's not the consent. It's just the opinion of a person where one person forces it.
For any act, if you have another person with you, you have to ask the other person if the other person is okay with what's happening. Yes or no, that is consent. Not many people are actually aware that this is something that is a prerequisite. So if a person is there with me and we are getting into a sexual act, it's mandatory to ask if the other person is okay with what's happening. If the other person is not, then the act should be stopped right there.
I feel like some people don't understand that communication is important, and this creates a sort of rift, and some people end up doing things they don't want to do. Also, sometimes it's expected, like society-wise.
I feel like there's so much confusion around it because sometimes people are not ready to put forward their opinions because they're scared, like their true opinions because they're scared, and there's a lot of stigma behind it.
I think people have different ethical views of it. Some people have very definitive view that if the girl has to say no. But if some people are of the same view that they have to just show the signs that they don't want they don't give their approval. But the thing is, it differs for different people, and that's a problem because different people have different perspectives.
It's not really consent because most of the times they're not in the right state of mind to make proper decisions. So I don't think it should be considered as consent.
Alcohol does make you do things that you don't want to do sometimes, so it could be counted as coercion if somebody were to force themselves upon you, or if you were to agree under a circumstance of alcoholism or whatever it is.
Even if you know what's right and wrong when you're sane and you are drunk or you're high, and you don't really understand the difference between how to go ahead doing something, then I think you shouldn't be indulging in something like that. It's better to stay away from all that.
Alcohol or any substance, consent given at that point of time is not the person's direct choice. Rather, it is being influenced by the substance. So basically, it is non-consensual and it can be considered as coercion.
So I think consent is really important in today's society, considering the amount of rapes and the amount of sexual harassment that's going on in India. consent is something that's very important and something that should be followed by each member of society, be it male or female.
This is what the students meant by consent. If only this was communicated to the rest of India, I think there would be much more change, and if people knew what consent actually meant, there wouldn't be so many crimes committed every day. Thank you.